In this lesson, we are going to learn how to solve proportions. So since we know that in a proportion, the cross products are equal to each other, we can use the cross products to solve a proportion. So in this problem, we're going to try to figure out what x is equal to. So we're going to use the cross products and do 3 times 6 to get 18, and 8 times x to get 8x. And we're going to put an equal sign in between them because, again, if they are truly a proportion, the cross products are the same. So now we can simply solve the proportion for x. And we can do that by dividing both sides by the coefficient, which is 8. These cancel, and x equals, and then we can do 18 divided by 8, and we get 2.25. So the answer is x equals 2.25. Take a look at another example. So again, to solve the proportion, we're going to do the cross products. So 6 times w equals 16 times 9, which is 144. So now we can solve for w by dividing both sides by the coefficient. So w equals, and we can do 144 divided by 6, and we get 24. So the answer is w equals 24. All right, let's look at another example. So again, we're going to do the cross products. 9 times x equals 4 times 27 is 108. And now we can solve for x by dividing by the coefficient. So we're going to do 108 divided by 9, and we get 12. So the answer here is x equals 12. All right, so let's take a look at a situation where they don't actually write the proportion for you. So we are going to have to write the proportion. So it says 5 is to 8 as 15 is to w. So that's how the proportion would be set up. So now we're going to solve for w by doing the cross products. So 5w equals 8 times 15, which is 120. And then we can divide both sides by 5. So we get w equals 24. All right, let's take a couple word problems. So this one says Jamie paid $1.29 for 3 ponytail holders. At that rate, what would 8 ponytail holders cost her? Okay, so we need to write a proportion. So it says she paid $1.29 for 3 ponytail holders. So that's our first relationship. Then it says, at that rate, what would 8 ponytail holders cost her? So what I like to do is draw an equal sign with another fraction. And we have this information, 8 ponytail holders. So the number 8 is going to go into our problem here. It's either going to go in on the top or it's going to go in on the bottom. So to decide where, we want it to go across from the corresponding number. So on the top here, we have money, and on the bottom, we have ponytail holders. So we're going to want the 8 to go across from the 3 because those are both ponytail holders. And then it says, what would 8 ponytail holders cost her? So our unknown is the cost, which is x, which needs to go across from the cost on the top here. All right, so now we're going to solve this the same way we did the other ones. We're going to do the cross products. $1.29 times 8 equals 10.32. And then we have to do 3 times x, which is 3x. And then to finish it, we can divide by the coefficient. So these cancel. And we're going to do 10.32 divided by 3. And we get $3.44. So 8 ponytail holders would cost $3.44. Look at one more example, one more word problem. Chris drove 200 miles in 4 hours. At that rate, how long would it take Chris to drive 340 miles? So we need to write our proportions. So we're going to start with 200 miles in 4 hours. At that rate, how long would it take Chris to drive 340 miles? So I'm going to draw my equal sign and another fraction bar. And again, I'm going to look at the information that they give me now, 340 miles. Now that needs to go across from the part of the fraction over here that has miles. So on the top here is miles, and on the bottom is hours. Since miles is on the top, 340 miles needs to go on the top. And then the question, how long, is what we're looking for, and time was on the bottom. So x is going to go on the bottom. So now that I have my proportion set up, I'm going to do the cross products. So 200 times x equals 340 times 4, which is 1,360. And then I'm going to solve for x by dividing by 200. So x equals 6.8. So the answer is it would take 6.8 hours to drive 340 miles. So those are some examples of how to solve proportions and how to write proportions given a situation.